In the middle of the English countryside, hidden behind military checkpoints and empty roads, lies a village that officially died in 1943, a place where families locked their doors, believing they'd return in a few weeks. But they never came back, and for more than 80 years, their homes have remained frozen. This is Imber. Deep inside the vast military lands of Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, sits one of Britain's most haunting abandoned villages. Imber wasn't destroyed by disaster, not by disease, not by war. Instead, the village was taken. For centuries, Imber was home to farming families who lived quiet lives surrounded by rolling hills and ancient churches. Children played in its narrow lanes. Farmers worked the surrounding fields. And every Sunday, villagers gathered at St. Giles's Church, a church that still stands today. But everything changed during World War II. In November 1943, residents received shocking news from the British government. The military needed Imber for training American troops preparing for the D-Day invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe. The villagers were told to leave their homes within weeks. Some families had lived there for generations, and yet suddenly they were expected to abandon everything. Official notices appeared on doors. Furniture was packed. Livestock was moved. Entire lives were dismantled almost overnight. But there was one promise that
Imber
gave
wasn't
people
destroyed
hope.
by disaster,
Authorities
not
told
by
them
disease,
the evacuation
not
would
by war.
only be temporary.
Instead, the village
Once
was
the
taken.
war ended, they could return home. That promise would become one of the cruelest betrayals in modern British history. The war ended in 1945, but Imber remained closed. The British Army decided the village was too valuable as a military training ground. Residents pleaded to come back. Petitions were signed. Letters were sent. But the answer never changed. No. The village that had existed for centuries was permanently seized by the government. Families lost homes. Businesses disappeared. Entire bloodlines were scattered across England. And slowly, Imber became a ghost village. Today, Imber feels frozen between worlds. Most of the buildings are empty shells. Many structures were damaged during military exercises over the decades. Some houses were even rebuilt as fake urban warfare training environments for soldiers. Roads suddenly end at military barriers. Warning signs surround the area, and access to the village is heavily restricted. For most of the year, civilians aren't allowed inside, which only deepens the mystery. But strangely, one building survived almost untouched: St. Giles's Church, standing alone in silence, like a memorial to a forgotten community. What makes Imber so haunting isn't the abandoned buildings. It's the broken promise. Many former residents truly believed they'd come home. Some left dishes on tables. Others locked their front doors, expecting to return after the war. Imagine leaving your home for a few months, only to discover you would never see it again. For decades, former residents fought to reclaim the village, but time moved on. Children grew old, families disappeared, and Imber slowly transformed from a real community into a memory. Today, Imber attracts historians, photographers, urban explorers, and ghost village enthusiasts from around the world, because it represents something deeper than an abandoned place. It represents how war can erase entire communities without firing a single bullet inside them. Few abandoned villages in the world remain so untouched by time, and even fewer carry a story this tragic. A village evacuated for war that never got peace, Somewhere behind the military fences of Salisbury Plain, the empty roads of Imber still wait. The church still stands, the houses still crumble, and the silence still echoes through a village that was never meant to disappear forever. Imber may be abandoned, but its story refuses to die.